as women in the business world, I run into times when men are asking me to set aside my emotional capacity, so to speak, in the way that I engage, or that that's something that may be a detriment to engaging. And so I would just ask for you to maybe comment on the essence of us, and whether that, how do we use that as a tool and as an advocate for ourselves in propelling us forward, rather than having it be a perception of a deficiency. Yes.
That's an awesome question.
The question is, don't think we definitely. The question is, there's a perception that women can be emotional, and that can be seen as a deficiency versus a strength, and how would they recommend to go about addressing that issue?
In my world, I deal mostly with men. The majority of our members are men, CEOs, big tigers, right? But my approach always has been, you get more bees with honey than vinegar, and I'll never step away from that approach. And there are times when I am emotional, but if I'm emotional, it's that important to me. And sometimes I have to remind myself of that, because I can beat myself up over it, but it's who I am. And I don't want to try to be somebody I'm not. So my advice would be who you are. And if people can't accept that, that's on them, not on you.
I will work in a fairly male-dominated
Really excited.
rate of my emotion. It's truly a strength that our women, our femininity in the honey, and even when we are emotional, we're stronger. We have different languages. We have different ways of expressing ourselves. We're different creatures, but that is our strength. And I think if you're just authentically who you are, and you feel strongly about the message that you're conveying, then that's all. Just be, truthful to who you are. I've seen a lot of emotional things.
I can't say it any better.
Well, I have to say, as somebody who has, as I said before, 60% of my employees at North Star are women, I find men to be much more emotional and sometimes more challenging to deal with than women. So I prefer working with women, I gotta tell you firsthand. So thank you, I agree with you. And for the guys who have the closed body language after a comment about being emotional, you can open up now. Right here, back there.